Shalom and welcome. My name is Symmanayah if you're tuning in for the first time. The messages I put up are to motivate you, to encourage you, to let you know that you're not alone. But before I get started, I want to say thank you, Almighty Father Yahuah. Thank you for your word that you manifest in the name of Yahusha, for your spirit which you sent in Yahusha's name after the resurrection. John 14:26. Great corrections are coming. I say this to you who are listening, but I thank the Almighty Father for giving us life today, giving us another chance to get it better, to yield to corrections, to magnify Him, to lift Him up, to raise His word, Yahusha. No Trinity. Yahusha represents His word and His spirit. My brothers and sisters, I want you to understand that there are too many stops, too many quit. My brothers and sisters, when trying to identify something, there are too many who quit too soon when identifying. Case in point, my brothers and sisters, the Almighty Father has promised to gather His children, a nation, one body, and that body under one banner. That banner is Yashar'al. And what many people don't realize is that there are other things occurring, so they stop too soon. And when they look at the banner as Yashar'al, they think that's just the bloodline Israel or Yisrael or Yashar'al. No. The blood is corruptible. It is the spirit that is incorruptible. Yes, the blood. People will read about Abraham's seed, not realizing that it's not stopping with Abraham's physical body. It's the spirit of obedience. It's Abraham's inward man. We are the seed of Abraham, the spirit of obedience to the Almighty Father Yahuah. And many stop too soon. And sometimes they talk and act as though that there will be no Gentiles saved. My brothers and sisters, the scriptures say that those that are saved are those drawn by the Almighty Yahuah to His living word, Yahusha. And many of us don't understand that Yahusha is the word of Yahuah. They look at the sacrifice, the resurrection, because we don't understand death. Death is not a permanent thing where you cease to function altogether. Death describes the physical being ceasing to function, but the spirit is still alive. Those who are saved or who are part of the set-apart Yashar'al, their spirit sleep at rest at a place that is known as the bosom of Abraham. Those that are not, hell. My brothers and sisters, stop in spirit. We stop too soon, not asking questions. If we stop and say just Yashar'al, what about the other 11 tribes? See, we must look at Revelation 7 chapter and see 12 tribes are listed to be brought together. But once they brought together, it would be one tribe. And we must look in that same chapter, it says, in a great multitude of many nations, kindreds and tongues. These are individuals that are drawn by the Almighty Father to His word, Yahusha. And it is through His living word that we recognize we are part of a set-apart nation, a set-apart body. Don't stop too soon, my brothers and sisters. Keep asking questions till you get to the spirit of the matter. And then through prayer and supplication, allow the Almighty Father to show you the true judgment of that matter. Is it set apart? Is it righteous? Or is it wicked? Let me read something to you, my brothers and sisters. 1 Peter 1:22 through 25. 1 Peter 1:22 through 25. I'm reading from Eastward Scripture Version. 1:22, 1 Peter. Now that you have cleansed your lives in obeying the truth, listen now, through the Spirit, to unfeigned brotherly love, love one another fervently with a clean heart. And he goes on in the 23rd verse saying, having been born again, not of corruptible seed, but incorruptible, through the living word of Elohim. The living word is Yahusha. That's the name that he wants us to recognize, his voice, his word to us, to guide us, to lead us, to be our sovereign, or some will say king. It says, through the living word of Elohim, which remains forever. He's not talking about the paperback scriptures, the Bible. He's talking about Yahusha. Yahusha is the word of Yahuah. The text that we read that was originally inspired by Yahuah is the scriptures. The scriptures, or many will say the Bible. But it is the living word, Yahusha, that makes alive the scriptures, that brings life to the scriptures. So don't get it confused, which many do. Yahusha is the living word of Yahuah. No Trinity. It says, because all flesh is as grass, and all the esteem of man as the flower of the grass. The grass withers, and its flower falls away. But the word of Elohim, the word, that's Yahusha, is his word. The word of Elohim remains forever. And this is the word announced as good news to you. Stops in spirit, my brothers and sisters. There are so many people stop because it says Yahusha is the prince or the son, or he sat at the right hand. They don't realize that there is a sequence of processes. These names, prince, son, and sovereign, is what Yahuah manifests before us to communicate with us, to bring us into salvation. He is great. He is the beginning and the end. What makes us think that by speaking this mere languages we speak, that's Yahuah, that we can capture and put in a box? No, the Spirit of Yahuah is great. It's magnanimous. It's the beginning and the end. But he manifests his word to communicate with us, to guide us, to create an environment for us to be a set-apart nation, set apart from wickedness, drawn to him, stops in spirit. We must know, my brothers and sisters, when we talk about Yashar'al, sure, the scriptures talk about the physical bloodline of Yashar'al. But it doesn't stop there. It goes beyond that to the incorruptible, the spirit Yashar'al. And yes, there are Gentiles drawn by the Almighty Creator Yahuah, drawn to him. He don't sit there and say, okay, you're a Gentile, you're a Jew or Hebrew. He don't stop there. He say that is mentioned for us to understand that physically there are the Hebrew race or Hebrew Israelites, and there are the Gentiles, those that are not Hebrews. But he has drawn both to him, those that are set apart. Just like you have wicked Gentiles, there are wicked Hebrews. Romans tell us that. It's written in the scriptures that all Israel is of Israel. My brothers and sisters, don't stop too soon. Don't quit too soon. Understand the spirit of Yashar'al. To the Gentiles who have been drawn to Yahuah, they are all under the body of set-apartness, one nation, one body, Yashar'al. So as we grow in set-apartness, let us begin to realize that too many stop too soon in understanding what's going on. We must seek to understand and realize that it is the Spirit of Yahuah sent in Yahusha's name that makes it clear to us, that gives us the wisdom to understand, to know what to expect. Stop in spirit. In the conversations that we have with one another, ask questions, more questions. Continue to ask questions. There are some questions that we will not have an answer for until Yahusha returns. But there are many questions that answers are given to us, to those who pay attention and listen to the voice of Yahuah that comes in Yahusha's name to make us one. My brother, my sister, I pray that you're doing okay. I pray that you understand when to stop and when to press deeper and deeper into the spirit. Sure, there are physical things we stop, but there are sometimes we stop too soon. We quit too soon. Trust and believe that the Almighty Father will bring understanding to these words, to you, to me. My prayer is that our perception is disciplined enough to see where the Almighty Father Yahuah, through His word, is guiding us. For He said, if He is lifted up, He will draw all men to Himself. That is the word of Yahuah drawing us to Him. Read John 12:32. Understand that. What has happened, my brothers and sisters, when we don't understand or we don't get the answers we want quickly, or we don't see and understand, we say, oh, well, let's just toss out what many have grown to believe is the New Testament and say that that's wrong. No, you stop too soon. The process in which Yahuah used to bring us to Him includes what many call the New Testament. The scriptures, when they were originally inspired by Yahuah, goes from Genesis to Revelation. There were books left out, but that doesn't leave out the information we need for salvation. It leaves out information that may hinder our growth or the amount of wisdom we receive by leaving out books. But salvation is there, whom the Almighty Father draws to His word. Those who understand that in being drawn to Yahusha, we must obey the Ten Commandments. We must obey the laws and statutes. We must understand that Torah is the instruction of Yahuah, and it is in that we grow wiser, stronger, closer together, and we will become whole by the instructions, the power and might of the Almighty Yahuah. Be well, my brothers and sisters. Pray on the matter. Stop in spirit. Have discussions about the matter. And see, are you one who stopped too soon? What are you missing? The Almighty Father Yahuah will bring answers and clarity and understanding. On that note, thank you, Yahuah, for giving us life, a chance to get it better. And I say to you, my brothers and sisters, let us do that. Pray, worship, and seek to obey Him. Worship and magnify Him. On that note, I say to you, Be well and shalom.